Well, hello there. So this time, after having played almost all of the campaigns, well, by the time this video is being released, I will have played all of the campaigns, but as for now, there's just a few ones from Victors and Vanquished that I haven't, but I'm pretty confident that I can make this tier list of all of the campaigns from Age of Empires 2, so I'm taking into consideration every single DLC and every single campaign, and also the historical battles and Victors and Vanquished. So I'm gonna do this little bit randomly, and I'll try to get this as summarized as I can the best, so that the video won't drag on for very long. So let's start up with let's do this very randomly, and I'm just gonna start up with the absolutely worst campaign in the game, Yodit. I just don't like this campaign at all. Honestly, D tier for this one. I think the first level is alright. The second level is fine. It has all of these secondary objectives, but the game, you look at it and you think that they are secondary objectives, but you have to complete all of the secondary objectives to get the level to win. So why make them secondary if you just have to beat them all to win the level? You know, that doesn't make any sense. And then we have level 3, level 4, level 5. Level 5 is absolutely one of the worst levels in this entire game, and I just hate it. So yeah, D tier, the worst campaign in the game. And let's also put the other D tier item that we're gonna have down here, which is Victors and Vanquished. So yeah, the only campaign in this entire DLC that really feels like Age of Empires is Vortigern, and even that level, just the difficulty is literally broken. If you play on easy, you're gonna fly. It's so easy, the level. If you play it on medium difficulty, it's also a very easy level. But if you play this on hard, it's like literally one of the hardest levels in this entire game. And the only other levels that are as hard as Vortigern are all levels from this DLC. So D tier, because I think most of the levels on this DLC just have an absolutely broken difficulty. So I played all of these campaigns on hard. If you go back on my channel in the playlist, I beat every single level of the game on hard, and I never got as frustrated as I got with Victors and Vanquished. Like literally, there's like easy, not really easy levels, but fun levels. You have Fine Hair, you have Robert, Charlemagne. Nobunaga is a very hard level, but it's a fun level once you discover the best way to beat every single clan and how to win with every single clan. The level becomes really fun. But at the same time, you have absolutely BS levels like Stephen, like Vortigern. All the other levels are not memorable. You can see that. Shimazu, like the level starts so hard, but it's like the first 20 to 30 minutes the level is so hard, but after that it's just completely easy. So the difficulty is way broken in all of these levels, and just I don't like this DLC. It's the weakest one. I'm gonna also make a tier list, not ranking, a tier list of every single DLC. So yeah, expect Victors and Vanquished to be at the very bottom. I was really disappointed with this DLC and all of the campaigns in it. So yeah. Well, going up to C tier, let's see what we have here. Prithviraj. I think the Forgotten edition of this campaign was much better than this one. The last level is just, what is happening right here? The very beginning of it is fun, like you have to pick the monk or the poetess, and you have to convert one of the leaders. I really like that. But other than that, it's basically garbage. The level is not fun at all. The fourth level also starts with a bunch of resources and you have to destroy those monasteries. I just don't like that level. And it's not that it's hard, I beat it on like my first try. No, second one. second try. But it's not that it's hard, it's just not fun. And it feels like the campaign was like unfinished. They just released it. You know, let's just release this campaign the way it is. And honestly, I prefer the original Forgotten version of this campaign. And also talking about the Forgotten campaigns, let's talk about Pachacuti. Well, Pachacuti, I think it's not that bad of a campaign. I heard some people saying that this is the absolute worst campaign that Age of Empires has ever had, but I disagree with that. I think it's the most unique campaign in the fact that you play as the Incas and every single one of your enemies are the Incas. So I like campaigns that are really unique, and this one is one of those. Every single level, just the Incas. Yes, it can get very repetitive, but you know, there was a time that people used to play just as the Huns, like every single game was just Huns, so what are you complaining about? So yeah, I don't think this campaign is that bad, but it definitely could have been better. There are many suggestions like including other Andean civilizations, that would be very fun, or having the last level against the Spanish as they came to colonize South America. So yeah, this campaign could have been much better, but as it stands now, I don't think it is the absolute worst. So yeah, moving to the next one, let's talk about Art of War. Yeah, Art of War. We're going up the tiers here. B tier. I think that this campaign really teaches about the mechanics of the game in a more advanced manner than William Wallace, which let's just place it right here. William Wallace. Or should I put it on top of C tier? C tier right here. So yeah, also the order is like the one on the right is the weakest one and on the left is the best one. So yeah, that's how I'm going with this. I think William Wallace, it is the most memorable campaign. Every single player has played William Wallace, but at the same time, Art of War teaches you the more advanced mechanics of the game. So I think Art of War could have been better in the sense that it could have been a Chinese campaign. Like imagine a Chinese campaign, like the easiest campaign in the game, and it teaches you about every single mechanic. That's what I expected of Art of War before playing it. When I played it, I saw that, oh, you play with a bunch of different civilizations, you know, it's to teach you about the different mechanics of the game. But I think that could have been done in a real campaign, let's say like William Wallace. So yeah, Art of War, I think it's really good, better than William Wallace in the sense that it teaches you more. But those two campaigns, I think they could have been more memorable or better. So yeah, William Wallace, not a bad campaign, but I feel like it could have been more. It could have been more. So we trashed on Victors and Vanquished. Let's just put right here Battle of the Conquerors. There's Honfoglalas, there's Lake Poyang, there's Kyoto, there's Kurikara. So many good levels. I honestly cannot think of any bad level in this campaign. Maybe Dos Pilas. I think Dos Pilas is the weakest one. But other than that, all of the levels are really good, and I really enjoyed playing them. So yeah, A tier. S tier, I'm gonna reserve it a little bit. So I'm gonna talk about these campaigns later on. So let's move on here. Let's see, what do we have here? Devapala, I think it is. I prefer to play it. Here, is it better than William Wallace? Let's put it right here for now. So Devapala was my introduction to Dynasties of India. Devapala is one of the easiest campaigns in the game. Like the first 4 levels you can fly through them without any difficulty, but the 5th level is quite hard, alright? I had to play it like 2 or 3 times to beat it, but it's still a good level. So I think this campaign, yeah, I think it's better than William Wallace. I think it could have been more challenging. That would have made this campaign more fun. As it stands now, it's just the easiest campaign in the game, other than William Wallace. So yeah, that's the weakest point from this campaign, being too easy. And let's talking about difficulty. Let's talk about Suryavarman. Suryavarman, I think it's here, right here, right here. Where is it? Right here. Suryavarman. No, I prefer Pachacuti than Suryavarman. Yeah, I prefer all of these other than Suryavarman. Let's put it right here. Or right here. Yeah, let's do this, and I'll put this right here. That's it. Suravaman. My main complaint about this campaign is the fact that this is considered a one sword campaign. So there's this difficulty system. Basically, one sword is an easy campaign, 2 swords is a medium campaign, and 3 swords is a hard campaign. How in the hell is this a one sword campaign? I honestly cannot believe this. This is like literally the hardest Rise of Rajas campaign. So I came into it expecting a very easy campaign, and I was surprised, not in a good way, that this was way difficult than what I was expecting. The first level is fine, alright, it's fine. The second level, what the hell is happening? How is this a one sword campaign? The third level is very easy, you just move around with your units and that's it. The fourth level, this telesocracy one, I watched other people play and literally everyone went through the same difficulties that I went, for the exception of Ornlu. So for some of these campaigns I had to watch his playthrough to really understand what to do in them, and with Suravaman was one of those. Like the fourth level is literally broken. It's like the fifth level as well. I don't like the final level of the campaign. I think it doesn't feel like an ending to the campaign. So although it is, let's say, a harder campaign than you would expect from it, I just think that the fifth level is the least fun one, and it's not even the hardest level in this campaign, still is the fourth one. So I had to come up with a different strategy and attack from the north, because, you know, the Cholas kept on getting defeated. So I just decided to attack by using my navy from the north, and with that I managed to win the game. So yeah. The main complaint about this is the last level, I don't like it, and the fact that this is considered a one sword campaign, which I think it's totally BS. It's total BS. So moving on, Joan of Arc, top of A tier. Great campaign. I will go as far as to say that this is a perfect campaign. Really like this one. All of the levels, they're not that difficult, only the last one is really hard. I had to replay that a few times, and I had to watch my original playthrough on the HD edition of the game to remember how I beat this level, and I used a similar strategy. So yeah, all the levels are pretty fun. The last one is a bit frustrating, but once you get this strategy going, it's quite easy. So yeah, Joan of Arc, really good campaign. Let's move on to Saladin. So Saladin, I'm gonna put on A tier, behind historical battles. So apparently this is one of the hardest campaigns in the game, and I played it all on like first try. Only the last level I beat it on my second try. You just don't build a wonder straight away. First build up an economy, because your enemies just won't attack you until you build a wonder. So yeah, just build up an economy and have a huge army before building the wonder, and you should win this level pretty easily. I think Saladin is the most memorable campaign for me. When I was a child, I always played the first level from this campaign. I just loved it. So yeah, pretty good campaign. Apparently it's a hard campaign, although I don't think it is hard at all. Very easy actually. So yeah, Saladin, A tier, very good campaign. Well, let's move on. Maybe I should place an S tier campaign. Should I place an S tier campaign in here? Oh, should I place one? Let me see which one will I place on S tier. Jadwiga. Alright. Jadwiga is my favorite campaign in this whole game. I love all of the levels. They are difficult, they are challenging, yet they are very fun. I love all of the character dialogue. So much fun. Every single dialogue is so much fun. I love all of it. I have no complaint about this campaign whatsoever. So yeah, S tier, an example of a perfect campaign. So yeah, really good one. And I also like the story. I like how it and the other Dawn of Dukes campaigns are all connected, like one happened after the other. So let's just take advantage of the fact that I'm talking about Dawn of the Dukes and put the next S tier, which is Algirdas and Kestutis. So when I first bought the definitive edition of the game, the first campaign that I remember playing was Algirdas and Kestutis. wait, let me... Alright. So, yeah, this introduced me to the Lithuanians, and this introduced me to the game as a whole. So, I love this campaign. So much fun. It would have been my number 1 on the S tier, were it not for Jadwiga. But, you know, there's some other campaigns here that I have to talk about, so... Now I think I can go in order of release from the game. So, I'm gonna go backwards and talk about the order of the release. So yeah, let's first go with Barbarossa. I think this is an S tier campaign. Is this an S tier campaign? The first one? No, it's the top of A tier. Behind, yeah, right here. Alright, so Barbarossa, I think the only 2 levels I don't like from this campaign are the last one and the 5th level right before it. I think those 2 levels are very weak. The first 4 levels, I really like them. They're very challenging. Let me close my door. First level, absolutely memorable, I love it. Second, third, and fourth one are also very challenging levels, yet they are all very fun. So Barbarossa is definitely up there, but the only things that hold it back are the 5th and 6th levels. I don't really like them, not one bit. So yeah, it's right here, behind Saladin. If I were to play a campaign now, which one would I pick? Barbarossa, alright, very easy. Genghis Khan! Is this an S tier campaign? Let me think. S tier campaign at the bottom. So Genghis Khan, for some people, the best campaign in the game. And I will say, the first level is really nostalgic. The second level it's also nostalgic, not as much as the third level, into China. I love that level. Then you go to the west, to Persia, then you fight there's that level where you fight the Poles, the Bavarians, the Hungarians, I think as well. Hungarians. And the 6th level also, well, I think, actually looking back, the 6th level, the final level, I don't like it. I think it's a bit of a mess. It's just you against one enemy on 2 sides of a bridge. I think that level could have been better, so I'm gonna put this down. I think Joan of Arc is better. Yeah, some of these levels are also better. Right here, alright, right here. Both campaigns have 6 levels. Barbarossa, there's 2 I don't like, and Genghis Khan, there's 1 I don't like. So yeah, this makes sense right here. I'm gonna put Saladin down. Alright, I think this is better. So yeah. Genghis Khan, as I said, I don't like the last level, but other than that, it's a pretty fun and pretty good campaign, and to play with the Mongols is also really amazing. Mango Dai are really good, so yeah, that's it. Let's move on to... I think it's the Conquerors now. Right? No other campaign from the first DLC? No. So the Conquerors, let's start with Attila. I'm gonna put it... Is it better than Hofoglalas? I really love Hofoglalas. Or not, let me think. There's any level in this that I don't like. Not the first one, not the second. There's one level in it that I don't like. Alright, I'm gonna put this right here. Barbarossa, I can still up there. I don't like that level where you're outside the gates of Constantinople and you have to accumulate gold. That's the one level I don't like at all. Other than that, the first level very memorable. The last level was also really good. The second level you're just raiding, which is amazing. So yeah, that's also an amazing level. You have Battle of the Catalonian Fields. That's a great level. Love that. There's also that one level, you raid the west. Which level is that? I'm trying to remember here. So there's the first level, the second level, the third level is the one you have to get the gold. The fourth level is that one you go into the west and fight against Orleans, I think. The fifth level, Catalonian Fields, and the final level. Well, I think this is pretty much it. That level with the gold is not that bad, so I'm gonna put it right here, Alright, it's a good campaign. It's a really good one. So yeah, I think right here is fair. I'm gonna put Joan of Arc on S tier. as the weakest S tier campaign. I think this is better. So let's move on to El Cid. El Cid is my favorite campaign from the Conqueror, so yeah, at the top of A tier. I just love how you go from the Spanish to the Saracens, and how you go from northern Spain to the very south, and then you go to what's the name of the city? Of that city? Big city? I forgot. Valencia, yeah. So yeah, good campaign. I think it's better than Attila the Hun. I just like the story, and it's more close to home. You know, I'm Brazilian, and Brazilians do not speak Spanish, but they speak Portuguese, so this is more close to home. And I also remember playing a lot of El Cid levels when I was a child. I've been playing this game ever since I was like 2 years old, so I have a lot of memories of playing many levels from El Cid. So good, really good campaign. At the top of A tier. It will be very hard to beat this. So next up, Montezuma. Alright, Montezuma. Let me think here. Is there a level from this campaign I don't like? Well, this campaign has a whole lot of repetition in it, so I'm gonna put it top of B tier, or behind Saladin. Behind Saladin, I think. Behind Saladin. Let me think about this. At the top of A tier. I would rather play Montezuma than Saladin. Well, Montezuma. The only issue with this campaign is the fact that it's very repetitive. First few levels you are fighting against Mayans, then you fight against the Spanish, and then you fight against Mayans again, and then you fight against Spanish again. So that's the only problem with this campaign, is very repetitive. But other than that, there's no bad level in this. I like all of them. And honestly, this is better than Barbarossa. I would rather play this than Barbarossa. Better than Genghis Khan? Ooh, let me think. Yeah, it's better than Genghis Khan. No, but there's too much repetition. There's too much repetition in this. Yeah, right there. Should I put it back? Right here? Let me think. There's more variety on Barbarossa. But Montezuma, I would rather play Montezuma if I could pick one right now. Would I rather play Montezuma? No, I wouldn't. Yeah, right, let's just do this. This is better. Alright, let's go back with this. This is more accurate. So, yeah, Montezuma, that's the only problem with it, really. Let's move on to some disappointments. Bari. Bari is behind Woodland Wallace? Ahead of Woodland Wallace? Top of C tier. Bari and one other campaign were my two very favorite campaigns in the game back in the Forgotten version of it. But when they just imported those campaigns into the definitive edition, they completely changed the whole Forgotten DLC, and this campaign really took a toll. Like, not good at all. Originally, Barry had only 3 levels, and I think that made the campaign so unique. It's sort of like Pachacuti, where you only play as Incas against Incas. I think that's really unique. But Barry, I just love those 3 original levels. You first had to move around, do some side objectives, RPG-like, and then towards, in the case of the second level, towards the middle of the level, you would get a base and, defeat Bari now. Defeat Magnus, or whatever his name was. The first level, I also loved it. The third level, I loved that third level. This whole campaign was one of my favorite campaigns in the game. But then they just decided to make this campaign generic. So, guess what? My levels 1, 2, and 5. The third and fourth levels, which are the new ones added, I don't like them at all. The first level, still prefer the original one. The second level, though, I think the second level is the best one from this new campaign. You have to go to the west to build up a base and to attack Barry and get it back from the Franks that have taken the control over it. So yeah, I think the second level is the best one, followed by the fifth, then by the first, and the third and fourth levels, just forgetting they exist at all. The fourth level is really difficult as well, but I came up with a nice strategy using some petards and managed to win it. So yeah, Barry, a disappointment, just as the next one, which still will go very high right here. Vlad Dracula was my favorite campaign from the game. I loved the first level, second level, the second level probably the most. I love that level. The first one, the original one, was so fun. Then they just transformed it into like this garbage that it is in the definitive edition. The second level pretty much stays the same, so yeah, no complaints there. The third level is the one you get to the base at the very middle of the map, and you have to defeat every single enemy. That level also, they pretty much remains the same as the original one, although I prefer the beginning from the original one. You know, you had a more RPG-like section to it, and you had to ambush the Turks and all of that, so I think all of that was really good, but unfortunately they changed it. And then the fourth level is my biggest disappointment, because the fourth level, I love that intro and I love the structure of that level. You had to protect those castles, then you had to raid, then you had to defend Puenari Castle, then you had to attack the Turkish base, the Turkish camp, and then you had to defend again and then escape. I love that level. One of the best levels in this whole game. But then they changed it to a boring defend all of your castles for 15 minutes. And I don't like that. Huge disappointment. Beside Barry, this is my biggest disappointment with the game. Could have been up here. If it were exactly like the Forgotten version of this campaign, it would be right here. But it's not, unfortunately, so yeah, right here. Well, let's talk about Alaric. I was never a big fan of Alaric, but honestly, I'm gonna put it right here. Behind. Right here or right here. Right here. Alright. Alaric. I think this is one of the few occasions where the new version of this campaign is better than the original one. So yeah, Alaric, I think they did a really good job with it. I like that the fourth level is basically like the final level from the Alaric campaign, if I'm not wrong. It's been a long time since I played it, but I think pretty much it is almost exactly like the original last level from the Alaric campaign. And then you have the fifth one, which you go to Francia to build up your home, new home, and they really like this campaign, so definitely from the Forgotten ones, this is the one that got the best treatment, just as Sforza. So yeah, I'm gonna make some people mad. Sforza ahead of Barbarossa and Genghis Khan. Oof, some people are gonna get mad at me. Right here. Sforza, actually no, there's the second level, I don't like the second level. Let me think. Right here, alright, right here. Not gonna make people mad today. So Sforza is another campaign that, with a few exceptions, I think they did a really good job. The first level, although I still prefer the original Forgotten one. And there's also that third, I believe it was the third level, which you had to sneak into the enemy base and like destroy some stuff. I don't quite remember it, but I loved that level, and they just completely changed it. But well, I still think this is a really good campaign. I like the fifth level a lot. I like the first level. The third and the fourth one are also fun. There's one, I think it's the third one, which is, yeah, the third one. It's basically a 1v1 game on a lake map. Basically, no lake in the middle, and you have to go around to defeat your enemy or build a navy. So yeah, that's the weakest level probably, alongside the second one. I don't like the second one at all. So yeah, Alaric, still good campaign. I like this one a lot. Just as I like Tariq ibn Ziyad. Where will I put this? I think right here. Which one would I rather play? Yeah, Alaric. I like Tariq ibn Ziyad a lot. So the first three levels are pretty much the same. You need to build up a base, get your units and raid all of the enemy cities. Basically, the fourth level, You have to traverse to some mountains. And then there's the last level, the 5th one, which is, again, one of the hardest levels in this game. So I came up with a strategy, basically building my base, immediately building a castle near the river so that the castle can fire upon all of the enemy ships, and walling everything around me. So first of all, build up a strong economy and then attack your enemies. That was the only way I could beat this level. Other than that, almost impossible, but I really like this campaign, alright? I think it's one of the best African Kingdoms campaigns. Alright. So let's talk about Sunjata. Let me think. Actually, Sunjata might be better than this one. Alright, Sunjata. I think the first level is what hurts this campaign a lot. Ooh, I think it's right here. Yeah, right here. Sunjata. The first level I think hurts the campaign a lot. The second level, if you cheese it, you can really easily beat the level. Then there's the third one, which is the Jeriba Gold. I think that might be the best. No, the 5th level is the best one from this campaign. But yeah, no, this campaign is not that great actually. Where will I put it? Right here. Yeah, right here. This campaign could have been much better. Yeah, it could have been. I think for the first 4 levels are not that fun. If they all were tweaked a little bit, they would become much better. But as the games stand right now, I don't think they're really good. I really like the last level. It's a fun level, very very fun. Other than that, I don't really like this campaign. Yeah, so it's going down here. Oh, did I say that this was a personal tier list and not an accurate one? Well, whatever. It's personal, so... Francisco de Almeida. Right here or behind? Right here or behind? Where? Right here, alright. Francisco de Almeida. The first level is fine, it's an introduction to the Portuguese. Then there's the second level, which I think is the weakest one. But the third level, the fourth level, and the final one, those 3 levels are amazing. Some of the best levels in this game. The fourth one especially, and also because the fourth level is one of the hardest one in this game. Like, I spent an entire afternoon trying to beat that level, and I finally managed it by making monks and converting a bunch of elephants. That's the only way I managed to beat this level. So yeah, if you follow that strategy, you can beat it. So yeah. Gajamada. The first level is very unique. The second level, it's fine. The third level, ugh. The fourth level is also ugh. And the 5th level could have been better. So I'm gonna put this one behind Tariq. Behind Barry. Behind Tariq. Wow, this is very... wow, the symmetry. Well, Gajamada, I think, if it were tweaked up a little bit, I still would have liked this campaign, but as it stands right now, it could have been better. Honestly, it could have been much better. I think the final level, it's interesting, but I don't like anything timed, alright? Another complaint about Victors and Vanquish is that either a level has complete BS difficulty or it is timed, and I completely hate timed missions. So yeah, Gajamada, the last level is timed, and I think that's the one thing that hurts this level the most. So yeah, it's going right here. Bainaung, let me think. The first 2 levels are good. The last level is very weird, but it's fun. The 4th level is also a little bit weird. There's the 3rd level as well. Let me think about this one. I think it is better than... I think it's better than Gajamada. I would rather play this one, but not over Tariq. So yeah, this is where it goes. Well, this is where it goes. for now. It's a really weird campaign, and apparently hard one, but I like this one. It's a fun one. Leloy, I'm gonna put it right here. Leloy, probably my favorite Rise of Rajas campaigns. Where's the other one? You know, there is 1, 2, 3. Where's the fourth one? Srivam. Oh, back here. Yeah. The best Rise of Rajas campaign. And well, honestly, apparently this is a very difficult campaign, and some of the levels in it are the hardest in the game, but I did not feel that at all. I think it's a very easy campaign for my gameplay style. And I almost didn't have to defend my allies back on the first level. I just had to build some towers on one of them. So I like Leloy. It's a fun campaign. And well, that's it basically. Tamerlane. Is it time for unpopular opinions that will probably make people mad? Yes, it is. It's better than Genghis Khan, alright? Send forth the flaming camels. I love that. The first level is also very easy. The second level is fun. And all of the levels are pretty much good. But is this really better than Genghis Khan? Let me think right here. I still hate the last Genghis Khan level, but at the same time, I really like the last level from Tamerlane. And there's nothing really I can think of to complain about Tamerlane. It's a bit repetitive. You always come up from the north to attack your enemies, except on the 4th level. Yeah. Let me think. There's into China, into Persia. Yeah, it's right here. It's not better than Genghis Khan, but it got very, very close. Ivailo. Let me think. Ivailo. The last Khans. I'm gonna reorganize this later on, but let me think here. Alright, Ivailo. It's a fun campaign. The first level is very unique. You can't make farms. You need to gather food from the surroundings, and it is so much fun to play as the Bulgarians and have a bunch of Konaks everywhere. Love that unit, very strong one. The final level could have been split into 2 different levels. One of them you help the Hungarians, the other one you beg the Subutai Khan. Is that him? No, I think it's somebody else. The one-eyed king. This basically could have been 2 completely different levels, but they decided to go with one. So that's my only complaint about this campaign. It goes right here. Kotian Khan, man, Kotian Khan. Right here. Or right here. Kotian Khan. I love this campaign. The first level is basically an improved version of Genghis Khan's first level, in my opinion. The second level, before the Victors and Vanquished DLC, the second level of Kotian Khan was the hardest one in the game, like literally the hardest one. The third level also very fun. You have to basically escape the Mongol horde, and you find home in Hungary before you get betrayed, and in the 4th level you have to turn against the Hungarians. But on the 5th level, it could have been split into 2 different levels as well, but I love it in the fact that you can pick which place you want to go. You can go back to Hungary and fight against the Poles or the Bavarians. I don't remember now. The Teutonic Order. You can play against the Bavarians, I believe, or you can go to Bulgaria and fight the Latin Empire and the Byzantines. So I love that last level. So much fun, and I think this is one of the better campaigns from the game. Next up, Edward Longshanks. I like this campaign a lot, I'm gonna say. I like this campaign a lot. Yeah, it's very, very easy for the exception of the second level, but still. Right here. Or right here, yeah. this campaign is indeed very easy. Alright, it's not a hard campaign at all. In the third level, you have to defend those castles, but your enemies don't really attack you. At least when I played, sometimes they send some enemies, but not nearly enough to destroy any of the castles. So yeah, there's that. So I think this campaign overall is still very fun. I love the 4th and the 5th levels. How it's so it's basically the same map. You have to defeat the Celts. You're expanding northward, and you find William Wallace. You defeat William Wallace in a more historically accurate version of such events. So that's really good about this campaign. I really like that. So yeah, Edward Longshanks, one of the greatest campaigns in this game. Grand Dukes is next. Let me think. Grand Dukes, I think it's better than Edward Longshanks, but not better than Tamerlane. So yeah, right here. Grand Dukes, you play as the Burgundians, their perspective from the 100 Years' War. First you play with John the Fearless, which gets executed. Then you play with somebody the Good, Peter the Good, something like that. I don't remember. John the Good, which is the one that gave Joan of Arc away to the Franks, to the English, not the Franks. And then around 10-20 years later, allied with the Franks to defeat the English, but whatever, that's part of history. So another great campaign. I can't really think of any complaint. Maybe the 5th level, the Hook and the Cod Wars, I think it is the 5th level. I think that's the weakest one, honestly, the weakest one from the campaign. But other than that, I pretty much like all of the levels. So really good campaign. Next up, the Hautervilles. S tier above Algidas. I prefer Algidas. I know this campaign is made by the same guy who made Victors and Vanquished, but differently to Victors and Vanquished. The difficulty is not broken on every single level, and there's not a timer or on any of the levels, as far as I can remember. And the only one that have is for victory, not for defeat. So I really like that. The first level, really good. The second level, ooh, you have to... Alright, maybe this is below Joan of Arc. The second level, you cannot build up a base. Just your enemies will send siege onagers, siege rams, elite unique units all toward you, and you're on feudal age. Yeah, screw you, you're on feudal age. So the only way I managed to beat this level is by immediately sending all of my horse units to kill all of the princes and all of the emirs. That's the only way I found to beat this level. Other than that, I also spent a whole afternoon trying to beat this level, and that's the only way you could do it. The third level, much easy, very easy. I liked it, but you know, having this sudden shift in difficulty is not really beneficial for the campaign. So yeah, that's really what hurts it a little bit. The fourth level is fine. You have to defend Acre. I don't know. You have to defend a city in the Middle East. And the fifth level is the Crowning Jewel. You either have to build a wonder or basically defeat or ally every single one of your enemies. And I ended up with allying and defeating all of my enemies. So the first, the third and the fifth levels are the ones that really hold this campaign up together. But thinking now, looking back, I don't think this really is S tier. It might be behind Attila. Yeah, behind Attila. Later I'm gonna organize this better, but as for now, behind Attila, that's more accurate. Janjishka. Love to play as the Bohemians. The first level is really good. The second level, Battle of Grunwald, also an amazing level. The same battle that appeared on Jadwiga's campaign. Yeah, this is the last one, the chronology, so it's Algirdas, then Jadwiga, then Janjishka. The second level really good. The third level also amazing. Then you have the fourth. This campaign has 6 levels. I think the fourth one is the one you defend that city. I forgot the name of the city. God damn it. the Golden City, I think it is. The 4th level might be the weakest level from this campaign. But then there's the 5th one, which I really like. And the final level, so good that level. I love to build a bunch of Hoffenitzes, that's how I call them. The bombard cannon upgrade. And it's just so much fun to mass Hussite wagons with Hoffenitzes. So yeah, this is definitely S tier. Behind or ahead? Behind or ahead? Let me think. Ahead. There's like the 3rd level, the Iron Lords, I believe it is. Yeah, the Iron Lords. I love how the level is structured in a way that you're forced to build Hussite wagons, otherwise you cannot win that level because all of your other units suck ass. So I love this campaign so much. It's well done. I love all the dialogue as well, and just all the levels are pretty much unique, and I like all of them. So yeah, Janjishka, Babur. Let me think. Babur is definitely better than Devapala. It's better than Bari. Better than Gajamada. Let me see. Is it better than Gajamada? I can't remember much from this level. No, it's not. Or is it? Or is it not? Or is it? Or is it not? No, it isn't. Babur, I think, is like a much weaker version of Tamerlane, and without all of the fun parts of it. I don't like the last level. The first level is good. The second level is whatever, don't really make a difference. The 3rd level, whatever level that is, I don't really remember. No, it's such a forgettable campaign, so yeah, right here. It's honestly the most forgettable campaign in this entire game. Wow, that's amazing. I'm gonna put it down behind Sunjata, right here. No, it's even worse than... Yeah, this is literally the most forgettable campaign in the entire game. I remember the 1st level, which is good. The 5th level, which is... could have been better. The 4th level, not fun. And there's the 2nd and the 3rd, which I don't remember. I don't remember them at all. No, the 2nd one I remember. It's not nice. And the 3rd one. What's the 3rd level from this campaign? I literally cannot remember. Oh, I remember now. Alright, I remember now. It's better than Prithviraj. Yeah, and that's it. Let's go to arguably the best Dynasties of India campaign, which I'm gonna put right here. Slain the Viritra. No, it's not that great. It's not that great. Right here. So yeah, apparently the best thing about the Dravidians is the campaign, but I think it is the opposite. The only way you could really play as the Dravidians was through the campaign, because, well, they're a really good civilization. They have really strong infantry, really strong elephant archers. So maybe I got you confused. I said something that made no sense, but what I mean is, normally people say that the campaign is the best thing about the civilization, but I think it's the opposite. This campaign is only good because of the civilization. So yeah, at first probably I wrote that in the description of the videos when I played this campaign. I thought that the civilization was the worst thing about it, but looking back now, they have really strong infantry and really good elephant archers. The navy is also really fine. So yeah, the best thing about this civilization, this campaign, is the civilization. Other than that, I don't really like the story, and I think the Rahendra guy misunderstood the lesson that he was supposed to learn, but sure, fine. Ismail. Alright, the mountain royals now. Ismail, let me think. Ismail is going high. Alright, it's going very high, but not that much. Yeah, not that much. Go my Kizilbash, right here. Yeah, it didn't go as high as I thought it was going to end up. So the first Persian campaign this game has had, not counting, historical battles. I think this campaign is the weakest one from the Mountain Royals, but still is a really good campaign. I mean, it is definitely above everything else under it, and that's as much as I can talk about it. It's a fine campaign. I really liked making a bunch of war elephants and savars, and yeah, the castles with that unique tech, the castles are really sick as well. So this campaign is not bad, but also I think it's the weakest one from the DLC, and I think it's actually more like here. I think actually this is wrong, and it's more like here. Yeah, it's right here. So that's it. Tauros, where are you going to go, my brother? Oh, what the fuck is happening? Alright, Tauros, you're gonna go. Right here. Tauros. This campaign, there's only two things that hold this campaign back, which is the third level and the fourth one. They just come out of nowhere and I don't like them. The fourth level especially. What is going on? What is going on? Like, you have to always pick up your base on the right side of the map. If you don't do that, Reynald de Chatillon will always get defeated. So just pick up the base on the right side of the island of Cyprus, and you should at least not have your ally defeated in this game. I never managed to destroy any of the Cyprian cities just because of the damn Byzantines who kept attacking me, and they come at full force, like a bunch of Dromons. They completely destroy your base, and everything is so close to the water that your base is inevitably destroyed. So I don't like the fourth level at all. And the third level is a little bit, man, I don't really like the map of it. I like the concept that you are forced to make the composite bowman to absolutely wreck through the armor of those Teutonic warriors. But that's the idea that I like about the level, and how the Crusaders will ally with you against the Rum Sultanate? What Sultanate? The Mamluk Sultanate, I think? Whatever. So yeah, I like the concept of the third level, but I don't like how it was executed. So the third and fourth levels are the ones that hurt this campaign the most. Other than that, the first and the second level, I really like them, and the fifth one as well. I think it ended the level in a really good manner. So to end up, we have Tamar. Tamar is right here. Yeah, man, Tamar, really great campaign. I think every single level is good, even the last one. You have to do a bunch of side missions to strengthen up your forces to the final battle. I love that. Definitely the best campaign from the Mountain Royals. Yeah, the Mountain Royals, and I really like the civilization as well. The Georgians are my favorite one out of the New Persians, the Armenians, and the Georgians. The Georgians are my favorite one. So really good campaign, Tamar is. And now I will just organize this tier list. So we have here D tier. I'm gonna put Pretty Viraj right here, Babur right here. I think that's fine. Maybe put this down here. Gajamada the top of these ones. I'm gonna bring these two up. I'm gonna reorganize this a little bit. I think this is a bit weaker. All of these campaigns are better, so yeah, let's put it right there. I'm gonna get rid of the second line, so yeah, this is at the top of this. Dahendra at the top of this. I think Vile is actually better than those two. Not better than Ismail. Oh, this is better than that, and this is also better than that, I'm gonna say. Oof, I just need to move one down. So yeah, let's move this down, this down, this down, and this down. Alright! Well, I now organize the tier list, and this is basically what it looks like. I am pretty confident with this. So yeah, S tier in order left to right. Those are the really best campaigns from the game. Honestly, A tier as well, and B. So yeah, that's my ranking of the campaigns from the game. Right now I'm gonna make some other rankings, such as the civilizations, unique units, DLCs, and also the historical battles one. I'm gonna rank all of them. I'm just not gonna make the victors and vanquished because there's 3 levels I haven't beat from it yet. But as it goes for now, this is my tier list. Leave in the comments how wrong I am about this and what do you disagree on it. I know some people are going to get really mad for me having Genghis Khan so low, and for me having maybe Tamerlane this high and Edward Longshanks this high, but this list is personal. That's what I think. When I think about Age of Empires, this is my opinion from it, so all the other rankings are also going to be my opinion. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. Come on brother, leave a like. And well, share it with your friends. Sign up Patreon for free. Work spreadsheets. Well, not making those memes. You probably didn't understand half of what I said, but whatever. That's the video. Until the next time.